Hi, I'm Walter Pike. I consult to agencies and to brands about marketing in the social era. And I think that I get quite a lot of the same kind of questions. And the question is, what's the difference between traditional and digital? And are there different marketing paradigms? Are there different things that we should be doing? Well, digital or traditional are the guys that use broadcast media to talk to audiences. And digital are the kind of like the cool guys that use social networks and places like that. But in many times, they are doing the traditional, but just doing it digitally. And I'm finding that that's a huge issue in how to understand what we should be doing in the social era, because it's not just taking the same philosophy, the same kind of thinking that we've been working with before and repackaging it and using digital tools to do that. The main point of that is audience. We seem to be thinking that the main thing that we need to do is to grab audiences, but audiences are a broadcast concept. Audiences are about talking at people and finding big groups of people to talk at, and hence we try and get many followers on Twitter, we try and get big numbers of followers on our Facebook pages and things like that, because we're looking for reach, because we're looking for old media, redundant, traditional media concepts in this space. What we've got to think about is we've got to think about ideas, because what we're in the business of is spreading ideas. That's what marketing is about, is to take an idea that I've got and give it to somebody else, who will give it to somebody else, and who will give it to somebody else. Ideas spread if they are good. If we've got good ideas, people will talk about it and spread. Ideas spread if they're remarkable, if we've got something that people want to talk about. Ideas spread if they are transportable. In other words, if you've created a tool that people can share, a way to get the thing to be shared. And they spread in the internet world because we've got connections, because we've got networks. The big key thing here is to understand how your networks work, what happens with your networks, who does what in your network, what roles each of those people play. And the question is, do you understand yours? Do you understand your network? Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Wesley, and I just want to chat to you guys a little bit about my story, which is a story of myself as a developer and an entrepreneur, moving over to what many consider the dark side of venture capital and angel investment. So, story starts a long, long time ago. I was a developer and really fell in love with software development. I like to remind people I used to have long hair. Actually, was going to put a picture in there of me. A lot of my colleagues said I was chickening out, but when I look back, and I thought I looked a little bit like a porn star, and it was like messing with my whole Star Wars theme, so I didn't include it. Jumping forward, I decided I wanted to take what I love, software development, and turn it into a business. And I think a lot of technical people struggle with that. They're quite bogged down, stuck in their rooms, competing open source projects, that sort of thing. So I got involved with VCs. And the first conversation I had with them was, I'm not interested in working with you guys, you're all a bunch of thieving bastards. And now I'm business partners with them. And it just shows the mindset change that I've had, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs need to go through. So I want to share just a few things very quickly of what I've learned. Investors are not this giant evil force. There's this us and them culture that we have, certainly in South Africa, more so than elsewhere, that I think we need to overcome. We need to accept that a lot of these investors, particularly angel investors, are entrepreneurs themselves. And there's just a pecking order. Some angel investors are invested in smaller business, but they're raising funds for bigger business. So I think they're more alike than we maybe at first imagine. We've got to learn to sell. A lot of businesses are not getting funded in South Africa. They have substance, but they have poor packaging. Guys get annoyed because other businesses that are poorer get funded. It's mostly because they aren't packaged correctly, and we need to really learn to sell to investors. If we cannot sell to investors, often you're not going to be able to sell to your clients. So I think we really need to get that right. And in some ways, it's a good thing because we can overcome it, because we have substance in these businesses. They just need packaging. I think that plays to a lot of people about pitching. The opportunity is huge. If you look at all the foreigners that are coming here from angel investment, point of view, guys are excited about South Africa, and in many cases more excited and optimistic than we are. And when we speak to some guys overseas that have made a lot of money out of exiting certain companies in South Africa, they're moving here. They're taking the plunge and the risk to come here to share in that opportunity. And I think that if we don't band together, we run the risk of not sharing in our own opportunity. Thank you.
Hi. Hello. Hi, I'm Don Packett, and I am here to tell you. Does this thing work? Green. I'm here to tell you a story, all right? Fuck you. Okay, so the other day I was walking around the Woolies in Joburg at the office, and this guy came up to me, and he was like, "Hey, are you Don Packett?" I said, "Yes, I'm Don Packett." And he was like, "Don Packett, I saw you at comedy 3 weeks ago, and I thought you were great." And I stared at him, and he turned around, and he walked away. And he was about 5 meters away. I grabbed this loudhailer from behind my pocket. It's in my other pants. From behind my pocket, this big loudhailer. And I was like, "Thank you, guy in the green pants and white top. Thank you for telling me that I am so awesome and that I do great comedy," right? So that everyone in the whole place could hear, okay? Because that makes sense, all right? Why not? Because we're happy to do it in an online space, okay? One of my favorite guys, wait, I've only got 3 minutes, shut up! One of my favorite guys in the whole world, Toby Shapshak, okay? He's an amazing dude, but sometimes can be a bit of a twat. So this chick, Pearl and Lazi, said, "Shapshak is amazing, cool guy, that Toby." Instead of replying and saying thank you to Pearl, Toby decided to say thank you and to tell his whole network, all right? Paris Hilton does the same, but also she has a clown car for a vagina. So, you know, that's another story altogether. And then what really fascinated me was someone like Fast Company, okay? This huge company decided to do the same thing, all right? Fast Company on Twitter have 480,000 followers, 480,000 people who already believe that they are awesome. And they decided to tell their whole network that some other twat thinks that they're awesome. Why? Because we're full of shit, okay? We all are. We have created this self-absorbed, narcissistic element that we're all living today, okay? It's providing us the illusion of importance and a perceived sense of self-worth. It is a horrible place to be, okay? It's this whole I generation that we're living in. It's not the I generation, the internet generation. It's the I generation. Guess what about me? We're narcissistic in this whole social media space. We've turned from social media into anti-social media. It's a big problem. So I'm going to leave you with one question. Oh, I'm actually doing pretty well. I can slow down. So I'm going to leave you with one question. Net Profit 2012. And the question is this: when you put content online, any formula, ask yourself this one question: is my content adding more value to the lives of others or to my own? And if the answer is the latter, rethink pressing send. I thank you very much.